This is Friend Quest.
All right, so we're back again. As before, I'm not going to take that item because it's stupid.
It's the worst.
So I went in that room.
It's worth taking the damage to not even take it.
I guess, yeah. So I took a heart of damage and got nothing out of it.
Yeah, but that's, you know.
Sometimes you got to do that, you know.
Whoa.
Because the potential benefits are real good. Red chests, which are very common in those rooms, red chests can be amazing.
What is that? That looks cool.
This is another item that I don't like.
Oh no.
So this one makes it, it's called anti-gravity tears.
Who's that? Who's that friend?
Oh, that's so the little trinket I have in the lower left corner that gives me a random effect every room.
Okay.
That's the effect. I have a little guy that floats around and shoots in the direction I'm shooting.
In a room that has no enemies.
In a room that has no enemies. Yeah. So this item
Good job.
can be really useful. I think it increases your rate of fire, but it makes it so that when you press the button to shoot, your shots don't actually go anywhere. They hang in the air for a few seconds and then fly off.
Okay, so this is just another one that kind of changes the way the attacks work.
I mean, I don't want to be constantly like, oh, I don't want to take that item because it's dumb. Because I want this to be an interesting run. So, Jeff, should I take this item? Having never seen what because its effects might be good. You don't know. Should I take it or should I not?
I'd say I don't know. Don't take it if it's gonna mess you up.
It's not. I don't think it's going to ruin the run. There are definitely items that would ruin the run, but
like it's not going to teleport you out of the room like the last
exactly.
one.
That one I am putting my foot down, but this one.
All right, go for it. Take this one.
Okay,
Then.
I'll get it. So
it makes you a little blue, so you're like Mr. Manhattan.
You can kind of exactly. That's what it does. You can kind of set these up as traps, but then after a few seconds they will shoot off. And also, if I let go, they all shoot off immediately.
Oh, interesting.
So it can be useful. But
sure.
Generally speaking, when I press the button to shoot, it's because I want to shoot right now.
Yeah, I can see that being kind of...
Because they all go in the direction you originally sent them.
Sure, right.
So like if the enemy has moved...
Then they're not going to...
They're not going to go...
They're not going to hit.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you're just delaying your shot.
Right.
At least your little four-way guy is still going normal.
Yeah.
Now you're glowing. Oh, that's probably from your 404.
That's the trinket. Yeah, it makes it so I think I can survive one hit without taking damage this run.
It's like a bunch of floating black orbs everywhere now.
Yeah. There's just nothing in this room. That's not very common. There are a lot of items in this game that synergize really, really well. So I don't know if I have any that synergize really well with anything else, but like there are some combos that you can get in this game that will just utterly obliterate absolutely everything. Mm-hmm. There's if I'm not mistaken, the world speedrun record for a seeded run. So like a run where you put in a specific combination of characters so that you're guaranteed to always get the exact same stuff as the previous person who did that one. There is a seeded run that gets you these two very, very powerful items right at the beginning. They're not just powerful, they synergize beautifully. Mm-hmm. And I believe the world record is like 2 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
And this game, I've had runs that take over an hour. But there's a combination, because there's this one item that shoots this really powerful laser. Mm-hmm. And then there's another item that it gives you whatever your normal shots are, just shoots them in every direction. And you can do that once per room. But because the laser is so big and so powerful, you can walk into a room, activate the other thing, and immediately kill everything in the room. Run to the next room, immediately kill everything in the room. Run to the next room, immediately kill everything in the room. I don't think I'll be getting any combos like that, but we'll see if I get any anything else.
No, there's certain things that like change your attacks that just don't synergize. So like if you got the thing that gives you a laser, it basically like undo most of the effects.
It would probably undo the anti-gravity thing that I have.
Yeah.
I think that would just be wasted. Yeah, some of them just don't synergize at all. Some of them only synergize, like, because I had the thing that makes my tears do fear. That kind of, I guess, technically synergizes with anti-gravity tears, but only because it just synergizes with everything.
It's just an effect that happens when you damage something.
Exactly. So this increases my shot speed and my movement speed, which, not a bad idea.
Okay.
And then another Devil Deal. Okay, that is the Pact. It increases my damage and probably some other stuff. but the damage is the important thing. It is also a 2-heart item. Not very many things require 2 hearts, but everything that requires a 2-heart cost is probably worth it.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and take it. So 2 hearts, but...
Damage and tears.
Damage and tears. So, like, it's kind of hard to tell the difference because they're all anti-gravity, but I'm spawning tears pretty quickly.
Look. And then you just turn into the statue.
Yeah. So I was trying to decide whether I wanted to bomb into that store. I think I'm not going to.
All right.
There were still 2 golden chests in that challenge room, but I don't have any keys, so I can't open them. Okay, so this is another challenge room. This one has a little skull over the top. Those only open up if your total hearts are higher than your red hearts. So let's say I had 3 red heart containers, but I had taken some damage. It wouldn't open. But if I had spirit hearts that equaled the amount of damage I had taken, then it would be over and it would open. I don't know if that made any sense. But anyway, the difference here is that, so these are, I have to bomb these to open them. But because there's a skull over the door, I'm going to have to fight bosses instead of regular enemies.
Ooh.
Which, I'm up to the challenge.
Sure.
So let's do it. Ooh, this is another good item. It doesn't always work, but it basically makes it so that most of the time, if a shot comes from in front of me, it'll
block it.
It'll block it, yeah.
Nice.
But that only counts for like enemy bullets. It doesn't count for contact damage.
Gotcha.
Or explosions. There are things that negate explosions, but I don't have any of them.
Oh, his eyeball was just like eating through your orbs.
Yeah,
your tears.
Those things are just there to get in your way, and they block your shots whenever.
Yeah, it was sucked because of the anti-gravity. They were just walking through them and negating them.
Yeah, I know.
So, you got
another one of these.
How many things you got? How many bosses you got to fight?
2, I think. This thing is actually pretty common in these rooms. This enemy, not Pin. Pin is a different one. Chub, I think is.
Oh yeah, Chub.
The fear is actually really, really useful against the bosses that I've fought so far. Because like that last boss would have been jumping on me repeatedly.
Right, but he was staying in the corner there.
Exactly, and same with this one. He's just hiding alongside the wall.
Which actually works nicely with the gravity shot because they're going to be staying on the same side.
Sure.
It's going to be easier to hit them with the gravity shot.
All right, so I got a whole bunch of coins, and I got the bomb that I spent to open those.
Nice.
So that room was an overall plus.
What's that mirror? The vanity thing?
That, if I touch it, it'll change my appearance. It'll cycle through all of the items that I have that change my appearance.
Oh, okay.
Should I do it?
Sure.
So that changed me, so I don't have the goat head anymore. I still have it, but it's not showing up on my character.
Sure. It just lets you change the way you look.
It's the same thing. The mask, but without anything else. Goat head and that speedball injection thing, because that's why my eyes are so big.
Oh, okay. Is it ever going to combine all of them again, or?
Probably eventually, but if I want to, I can blow it up and get some pills. Should I do that?
If you want to.
So there are a lot of little subtle allusions to child abuse in this game.
Sure.
In keeping with all the dark themes, and not just child abuse, but just Isaac's mother being a terrible person. So this is mother's like her dresser, and it has pills in it.
Gotcha. Yeah, mom's vanity's got pills hidden in it.
Yeah. So these are all new pills. Should I use all of them?
Yeah. What's that one do?
I'm excited that I think makes, if there were enemies in the room, they would all start moving faster. But luckily there weren't. Range down. So range is one of the less powerful things, so who cares? Unless it's real low, it's not going to be a problem. And then this one, paralysis. That would be equally bad to use in a room with enemies. It just freezes you in place for a few seconds.
Which is not a big deal with the Tanuki
Not a big
thing.
deal. But it's good to note that I don't think there has been a good pill yet.
Okay. And you've identified them in a safe place.
Right. So if they show up again, then I will know not to use them.
Right. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's a lot to know about this game.
There is. And like, I'm quoting a lot of stuff off my head. That's because I've put hundreds of hours into this game. Yeah. And I used the wiki for tons of it. So don't anybody feel bad for having to use the wiki. Yeah, no, it's fine. This is a little mini boss. There are mini bosses for each of the 7 deadly sins. I fought Wrath earlier. He was a Bomberman type guy.
Oh yeah.
And this is Pride. His 2 attacks are summon a bunch of troll bombs and shoot that thing that goes in
Diagonals.
So pretty easy to deal with if you know how to handle them. So that other one, if I was low on red hearts, it would double the current amount of red hearts that I have. Not heart containers, just hearts. So if I had like 4 heart containers and I was down to 2, it would bring me back up to full. But since I only have 1 red heart to begin with, it's probably not going to be
helpful.
So down below is another one of those, I think they're called curse rooms, where you take damage going in.
Yeah. Doors with teeth.
Doors with teeth, yeah. Should I try it, Jeff?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, a key.
I'm going to need that to open the item room. Okay, so a black heart, which is a net gain of 0. I guess I got that bomb. But basically, because I lost half a heart getting in, I'm going to lose half a heart getting out.
Yeah, but it is a black heart.
It is a black heart, so 1 more point of damage, and I'll possibly kill all the enemies in the room.
Right. Yeah. So it's technically a gain.
Yeah. Like that was far from a bad room to go into. Oh, and it's all hard. In the original version of this game,
poopies.
In the original version of this game, there was no limit to how many soul hearts you could have. They would eventually stop showing up on the screen, but if you found soul hearts, which there are ways to kind of whore out how many soul hearts you can get, it would just keep counting them. And so my main strategy for beating all of like the final bosses, because there's a lot of final bosses in this game, in the original version at least. Oh, health up! Woo! There you go. My strategy in the original version of this game was basically get as many soul hearts as I could. And then it didn't matter how much damage I took in the final battles because, like, I would probably beat the boss without visually losing any health. Because my health bar was so far off the screen.
Right. You were a final boss yourself.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, like, we're just like, I can
really,
never see their health bar.
That's kind of what this game, if you make it to the final boss, you are probably an eldritch abomination by that point.
You are the evil that your mother thought you would become.
Exactly. And, so, like, I mentioned that Mom is the final boss of this game. She's the final boss right now. Assuming I beat her, I will unlock further final bosses, some of which are Mom, some of which are not. And this game goes in some weird directions with like, what possible endings there are.
Sure.
Oh, no. So it didn't kill that guy because these things are invincible when their heads are down, which is real annoying.
That's kind of cool, though, because of the gravity, you can just, like, shoot a bunch and then wait till he comes up and then you release it.
Yeah, so these are batteries. They won't do anything for me, but if I had an activated item, so certain items, you have to press a button to activate them and they recharge periodically. If I had one, each of these would instantly recharge it.
Nice.
So those can be really handy, but I haven't found any of those items yet.
Those are the ones that, like, they gain charge based on rooms that you clear?
Yeah. So, like, you might have one that is a 4-room charge. So every room it'll fill up until you've done 4 rooms, then it'll be full.
Is it only rooms that have enemies?
Yes.
Okay.
Enemies or... there are some rooms that don't have enemies, but you have to, like, solve a puzzle before you can leave the room. Those count, too.
Okay.
And if I'm not mistaken, rooms that are really big, like they're at the bottom there's a double wide room, which I'm actually going to go there before fighting the boss.
They count as 2?
I think they count as 2. And I think there are ones that are 3 and there are ones that are 4. I don't think they count as 3 or 4. I think they're always 2.
Okay.
I could be wrong about that.
Oh, man.
So here there's
you're boned.
There's a store adjacent to this room as well as an item room. So I definitely want the item room, but the store... Oh, I've got 30 coins. Whoa. But I only have 1 key. Ooh, this is a tough one because there might be a key in the store that I can buy for 5 coins. But since there's only going to be 2 coins in the room, there might not be. Then again, I've got 30 coins that I can invest so that stores... Okay, there. That answers that. So first I'm going to get the item. Okay, this one makes my shots, like, sometimes stun enemies. Concussive tears. Also damage up.
Okay.
I'll take a damage up.
All right. So you can be afraid and concussed.
Yes.
Great.
Ooh, and then this is a good item. It makes it so that...
I think it's broken.
In theory, sometimes you'll enter a room and the enemies will move really fast. Sometimes you'll enter a room and they'll move really slow. But in my experience, it is almost always really slow. So it's a good... Oh, shoot. I forgot I broke the machine earlier, so I couldn't invest if I wanted to. I would have been real mad if I hadn't gotten that key and I decided to go with this instead.
Oh, yeah.
Do you recall if I got a pill that looked like that?
I think so. I feel like, and I think it was one of not the good ones.
Yeah, I'll pass it up.
I don't think any of them have been good.
I'm getting close to the end, so I will. The odds of that, like that won't make a big deal won't make a big difference no matter what. I have a feeling there's a secret room here. Yes.
Aha!
So there is a. Well, it's okay. So this is a thing that you can exchange red hearts for coins. But I only have 3 halves of a red heart to give. So if I were to use it again, it would use up soul hearts. So I'm gonna. This guy's a little guy. You can pay him, and periodically he'll give you items. Generally speaking, it's usually a good deal, because like that would have cost me 5 coins if I wanted to buy it in the store, but I got it for 4.
Okay.
Or 3 or something. So I wasn't counting. So, and sometimes he'll give you a health up,
a key.
which is good.
That's good. 2 coins for a key.
Red heart, which means I can get some more
money.
coins. Okay. Well, so that broke, which means I got this, which is an activated item, but it doesn't recharge. Instead, it is just anytime I want to, I can spend half a heart to
get money.
Which I'm gonna kind of abuse that a little bit
because there's a lot of hearts.
There were a lot of hearts, and there was that card that doubled how many red hearts that I had.
Oh.
So the way that you win this game, the way that you get good at it, is learning how to abuse the mechanics of the game. And so that's what I'm about to do.
What's that letter from mom there?
Yeah, so it's a little
emergent contact.
It's a card basically. When I use it, a hand will come down and grab any enemies that are in the room.
Okay.
So sometimes useful, but not always.
Okay.
The Emperor automatically takes me to the boss room immediately. The Hierophant is great. I'm going to use it right now. Give me 2 soul hearts.
Nice.
The Hanged Man makes it so that for 1 room, I can fly. So I can go over any obstacles.
Neat.
I don't know if that's going to be useful to me, but well, here's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to get this item. This item just gives me 1 of every item, basically.
What?
So it gave me a coin, a bomb, a key, a heart.
Nice.
A one of these things.
Piercing
pill.
shots. Okay.
Okay. That was actually pretty good. That was
jeez.
What that does is it takes away all of your red hearts but 1 and gives you a few red hearts in return.
And you already had like very few of them.
Yeah, and so if I had a whole lot of red hearts, that would have been real bad, but I don't. Instead, I can spend hearts to get coins, so that's what I'm going to do. So
what the heck?
Use those up. Use those up. Use those up because I know that there are a lot more to be gotten.
Oh, jeez.
And then I mentioned earlier that oh shoot, I didn't even use that one. That gives you two hearts. So let's go ahead and use that. Use it again.
Oh my goodness.
I'm pretty sure there's a character I unlock from having a certain number of coins. So I plan on unlocking that very soon. This one heals you. It also damages all the enemies in the room. So I'm gonna go fight the boss with this card.
Okay.
And I'm gonna come back.
Oh yeah, don't forget about all the other hearts you can get.
Oh, I know. I'm coming back.
Ooh.
I'm coming back.
Well, before you fight him, we'll
oh, okay.
Yeah.
So we'll leave that right there.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for next time.
Yay. All right. Bye.